There, we have an audio sync. At least it's not an audio stink. Okay, so bon après-midi. Il est temps de boire un verre de vin. Pour moi, un verre de vin rouge. Come in, take a sip. Let's wind down. It's Saturday. It's a beautiful day here in Deutschland. Here in Germany, it is absolutely gorgeous. It's about, in Fahrenheit numbers, doing the conversion. You know, it's the one thing that happened to me when I came to Europe. I immediately just adopted the metric system. It was not an issue for me at all. It just made sense, right? You know, so, but I also do like the nostalgia of Fahrenheit, you know, of the imperial system. And so therefore, by all means, but I think it's around 50 degrees today. It's kind of a little interesting thing. If you take the Celsius temperature, the high, and you double it and add 30, you kind of get the Fahrenheit equivalent, which is interesting. But today, we are winding down on a 2021 Passamento Gold release, and this is from the Contessa Marina. And on this particular wine, you do pick up all the cassis notes as usual, but on the nose especially, we've got some chocolate and vanilla coming through here, and some cherry perhaps, right? The tannins are smooth. This is full-bodied, beautifully clean finish. What a wonderful wine. I'm just here to say I'm loving it. And when I was thinking about pairing it earlier, I was only working off of my nose and not my palate, but I chose Scotch eggs for today's dinner. I only eat once a day, and that's usually in the late afternoon, evening hour, and so I'm excited about that, right? I'm excited to have my Scotch eggs now, and I'm glad that I have a perfect wine paired for it because it is going to go so well. So we'll see about that. I was debating whether to not have maybe I would do some sort of eggs Benedict or something, but I chose instead to go with the Scotch eggs because they just sound so good, right? And in the LA Times Crossword today, Glasgow, the Clyde River came up, and I just felt like, okay, we're going to be doing Scotch eggs. All right. So looking at our grid, we have the quick crossword, number 17, a 009. And again, I really wish I knew who creates these grids for the Guardian. If it's an individual, do they not list that? If it's just something that's done in-house, you know, it's kind of anonymous. I have no idea. But nevertheless, let's just very, very carefully, so as to not create a disturbance in the force. Very carefully. And there we go. I'm moving the mouse away ever so carefully. Okay, so an attempt to shirk responsibility. Wow, 4 and 7. Just not enough to go on yet. I don't know. Function could be a use. Pompous so-and-so. This is a 4 and 3. Keyboard instrument. I mean, I can guess at these, but I'd rather have a little bit more to go with, right? You know, spear carrier. Okay. Time-honored 3 and 3. I'm going to assume this is age-old. I haven't got a clue. I mean, I don't know. Unstable atom, rail card fee anagram. Okay. First of all, unstable atom, I'm thinking a free radical, right? But then if I'm looking at with a very pointed yet certainly cursory look at railcard fee, I can see that would actually work. So free radical. Now, melody, 3 letters with an A, I guess it could be an air. And that's interesting. I was just talking to someone who is trying to get into opera and the more classical musical arts, and asked me about the arias. What is it about an aria and divas, divos, and the performance? And I said, well, remember, it's just it's just like a Latin for air, right? And so it's a melody, right? You kind of think about that. Well, interesting that it kind of just popped in. But we just had this conversation this morning at the farmers market, so very apropos. Financial officer 9, and I can see right now we probably got ourselves a treasurer. I gotta remember, if I even know to remember, if there's a difference in the way it is spelled in Great Britain, right? And by the way, I often call myself an Anglophile, but if I was being more truly specific and honest, I think I'm more of a Britannophile, because I love my friends who are Welsh and Scots, and I just kind of like the whole area, right? Really wouldn't mind living there one day. Stimulate, maybe breathe in. Let's see, and breathe in. So maybe, but I'm thinking already this is inspire. So we'll check ourselves, of course, son of Abraham. And that very awkward conversation coming down that mountain. Footballer turned actor, 4 and 7. I think it's Eric's. I can't remember his last name, but he's a Frenchman, right? I hope it comes to me. I'd hate to. Dissect. A team is on and an anagram. Okay. I'm generally pretty good with anagrams, but let me see if I can get any more to work with here before I go sitting and staring at that for 3 minutes. State bordering Idaho and Oregon is, I'm assuming, Nevada that we're looking for there. Dissect. Is this to anatomize? Oh, no. If it is right, y'all use an S, and y'all. In the UK, they use an S and not a Z like we Yanks do. So a charged particle will be an ion. And now I feel better about atomize. Good relationship, 7 letters, not knowing. Careless, whipped, flatbread. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Okay, let's see. Pompous so-and-so. Keyboard. Instrument. 4 and 5. Is this by any chance an O right here? Yeah, actually it could be. This could be an... my friend Angela at work sometimes calls me this, a no-ol. A no-ol. So, okay. So keyboard instrument, I think, could be a reed organ. As we often refer to in Yank speak as a pump organ. But nevertheless, it's something that we actually used. Right? You know, we will say a reed organ, but most often or not, I've usually heard a pump organ. Let's see, dignified. Is it August? Ostensible. With 7. If that was August, this could be seeming. And I think we feel pretty good about getting this in here now. August. Now, what is this over here? This is spear carrier. I don't know. An attempt to shirk responsibility. Well, I feel like it could be like buck, like passing the buck, but how that's working out. Smell, for example, could be a sense. Really, these Guardian Quicks are so great. It's stimulating my mind and making me think through stuff and things that I'm not always so comfortable with. Semi-solid substance. Whipped. Trial. Is this a P? Flatbread? Yeah, I guess it could be pita. I know that's how we spell that in London. Seen it. A good relationship could be rapport. Could be, I don't know, trial. I guess careless. See, it's that I and this T here that makes me think maybe this is negligent. And I'm hoping this opens up a couple of doors for us. Trial. Maybe an ordeal. So, semi-solid substance, I guess, could be a gel. And whipped. Oh, got it. So, like a euglena, the little microorganism, right? Single-cell organisms, they flagellate. So, I got to figure out how to flagellate. Flagellated. Now we still got this top thing to deal with here. An attempt to shirk responsibility. Well, I had guessed that it might be passing the buck, but I guess in Brit speak, this could be buck passing. Kind of seeing that there. And doing a lot better on my typing to this thing, but I can tell you right now, I have no idea what the spear carrier is. I have no idea. I mean, I don't know. And this footballer turned actor. I don't know. I don't have a clue. I mean, I'm just guessing at this point. I mean, honestly, maybe Eric. I mean, I don't know. Eric Cantina. I mean, I'm just putting something in there. I don't want to be completely disarmed by this entire process here, but a spear carrier. I mean, the word that I see coming through this is extra, but I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. I mean, it is just a guess. So I guess I'm going to check all rather than make people watch me sit and stew over this. Check all. My gosh, quit moving on me. All right, check all. Confirm. Okay, so clearly don't know how to spell flagellate. So is this an A? Flagellate and Eric. The only thing I can think of, maybe a Cantana. I don't know. But let's check this. Okay, well, still don't know how to spell flagellate, maybe with an E, and I guess we're going to try an O this time. I don't know the poor fella's name. Confirm check all. Okay, so I think I figured this out finally. So we need to learn for sure what this extra is when it comes to spear carrying. And and I gotta make sure I understand better the life of the footballer turned actor Eric Cantona. So I have my homework for myself, but otherwise, this is a beautiful grid. as always, it was just a pleasure to try to solve it. And every time I do something like this and I'm wrong about it, whatever, all I wind up doing as a result is learning from it, which is a beautiful thing. So we'll go ahead and politely tap this on out of here. And we'll bring down our ancien d'adieu. But first, just want to say thank you for the liking and the subscribing. And I want to say specifically to those wonderful people out there who consistently answer my questions that I just do not know. You have no idea what that means to me. And thank you oh so very much. I had a wonderful comment overnight, and I can't wait to reply to him. But just a wonderful person who's very knowledgeable about all things UK, and it makes me quite happy. So with that, our ancien d'adieu, and we will see you tomorrow for some grid in some British paper somewhere. And in the meantime, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Servus. Grüß Gott. Ciao. Cin-Cin. Be good to yourselves. Be great to your friends and your neighbors, but especially be kind to the fellow behind you in the queue. Be well. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow.